This meeting is being
Okay.
recorded.
The main agenda of this session is, so entire session it is talking about what is our agenda, what we are going to learn, what is a Python, what is a PyTest, what is a Playwright. So maybe who is aware about QA concepts or testing background, everyone hearing that Playwright. So it is one of the trending concept now. It is developed by Microsoft to perform the automation testing and functional testing like web interface or APIs. You can use the Playwright. So it is developed by Microsoft, and it is open source. Okay, it is having a lot of features compared to Selenium. So that is the reason nowadays it is very booming, having high demand. Okay, so in our overall course, we are going to learn Python automation testing with Python, Selenium, Playwright. Okay, we are going to learn both Selenium and Playwright. So before Playwright, Selenium is there. Now also Selenium is there. It is also it is having its market. So Selenium we can use for UI automation only. To perform any web interface automation, we can use Selenium. So before going to the Selenium and Playwright, what we need? We need to understand the programming language Python. Okay, we need to understand programming language Python, how it looks, how we can write the functions, how we can write the Python code and all that we need to understand. Okay, in that purpose only, first we can start Python. Once we started Python, after Python, we will start Selenium Playwright. Okay, so once Python is done, we are going to automate the web interface test cases. Here you can see web interface we can automate by using Python, Selenium WebDriver or Playwright. So we are going to do with both Selenium WebDriver plus Playwright. Why it is required both? For example, some XYZ person having 6 years of experience. If they said like I have 6 years of experience in Playwright, means it is not valid point. So Playwright is booming just a year ago. It is started. So before Playwright, I worked with Selenium WebDriver 4 years, and last 1 year onwards, I'm working with Playwright. So candidates should be aware both Selenium and Playwright. Okay. And once we are done with Python, Selenium WebDriver, Playwright, we are going to do with API testing also. So it is one of the testing concept. API testing, it is middle backend testing, microservices testing, called as API testing. This one also we can do with Python request module or Playwright. So most probably we can go with the request module for this point of time. Okay, and frameworks we are going to discuss about PyTest or robot framework. So PyTest is must and should we will discuss. Robot framework is optional. It depends on the time. We can discuss about robot framework. And here, the CI/CD tools, we have GitHub. So most of the organizations are using GitHub as a version control systems. That we will understand how to use the GitHub commands, how to create the pull request, how to maintain the code in cloud. Okay, everything we can understand with GitHub. Okay. Regarding CI/CD, so Jenkins are more popular. Okay, most popular tools. Nowadays, there is a new concept called GitHub Actions. Okay, GitHub Actions. These are the trending one now. So compared to Jenkins, GitHub Actions will be quite simple because it is written in the YAML files. Jenkins will be written in the Groovy script, just like a JavaScript, Java coding. But GitHub Actions will be written in a YAML file, just like a statements. And it is very, nowadays it is a more demanding one. Okay, GitHub Actions. Okay, all these things we are going to learn in our entire course. Along with that, we can focus on the manual testing. Okay, can focus on the manual testing when it comes to the QA part. Okay, manual testing also we can understand. Okay, so overall this is the agenda, and along with that we can understand how to use GenAI tools like Copilot, Claude, Windsurf. Okay, nowadays it is every organization using AI tools. Using these AI tools, we can improve our speed of automation. For example, without these tools, if I able to automate in a day 1 or 2 test cases, I can automate. If I use these tools, I can automate more than 10 test cases in a day. That is the speed of automation we can achieve by using Copilot or Claude. So this portion is very, very important nowadays. Reason is that we need to understand the product. We need to understand what we have to give the prompt. This we can call it as a prompt engineering. Okay, prompt engineering. Okay, prompt engineering is very important. We need to understand what to search, what to add in our code base. Okay, when we can do this one correctly, when you understand the QA concepts, when you understand the Python code, you can easily search, you can easily ask what you need exactly. So it will return the expected output that we can implement in our framework. Okay, so this one also very important. Okay, so this is overall our course agenda, what we are going to learn. So maybe here people are different backgrounds. Maybe if you are from BTech CSE, if you are from EC, BSc computers, that is fine. Up to this, no matter. So once you guys understand these concepts, it will be easy for you all. Okay. So we can start with Python generally. So once we complete with Python concepts, we'll go for WebDriver or Playwright. Maybe first we'll go with Playwright only. Later we can go for Selenium. Okay. I hope it is clear who joined today. Who is joining very beginning class? Girisha.
Yes, sir.
Clear, right? What we are going to learn going forward.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, as part of Python, so we have started already a couple of sessions. So just I will give you walkthrough. Okay. So here, Python is a programming language. So it is an open source. Okay, it is an open source. You can easily download it from the official website from Python installer. Python. So this is the official website where we can install from where we will get the Python software. If you go to the download section. So if you are using Windows, go for the Windows. If it is Linux, already we'll get the Linux inbuilt. Okay. So here you can see install the 64-bit, 32-bit, depends on your system. Once it is downloaded, just you can double click on it. So here you can see install now, customize install. So here one point is very important. So whenever we are installing the Python, it is going to be installed in somewhere. That is called Python path. Okay. So here, what is the path here? Install app data local programs Python. This is the Python installation path. Whenever I click on this install now, it is going to be installed in this particular location. If you don't want this default location, you can customize the installation. You go to the next, you can select the location where you want to install all these things. Okay, that is another option. Now, these are two checkboxes we have. Use certain privileges when installing the .py.exe. Okay, that means once you install these admin privileges, that can be accessible for everyone. Even though if we have multiple users in our system, they can access easily. Okay. And another option is add Python exe to path. So this point is very important. Here, whenever you select this option, whatever the installation path is there, it is going to be added in environmental variables. Okay, environmental variables, where we can see the environmental variables. So if you go to the control panel, from the control panel, you can see system properties, environmental variables. Okay, here you can see path. So here the path will be updated along with, if you see, this is the, already I have Python installed. This is the Python location where it is installed. This is going to be added to system variables. Okay, see, system variable. Not only Python, even if you install Java or any programming language which is required to set the path, here it is going to be added. Okay. So if you are not selecting this option, you have to manually set the path. You have to manually set this path into environmental variable. Here you can select new, you can paste this path. Do it. Okay. So this we can call as a Python paths setup. Okay. So this is the way we can install. So already I have installation. So I'm canceling the installation. Once Python is installed, you can check the whether it is correctly installed or not. Open the command prompt. Here we can check the Python version. See, I have already 3.2.8 version. Okay, that means your Python is successfully installed and path also set it. So sometimes even though if you install, if you are not setting the Python path in the environmental variable, so it won't recognize. How this system is recognizing from my location. So this is the location, but where Python is installed, add data somewhere XYZ location. How it is recognizing? Because we are setting in an environmental variable, so it will fetch from the location. Okay, so that is the way we can install the Python. So here we are not paying anything. It is an open source. As I said, it is an open source. And even if you have a Windows or Linux or Mac, it will work same. It is a platform independent. Platform independent. Okay, if you write a piece of code in Linux laptop, that can work in same as a Windows also, Mac also. Once you written the code, that can be executable anywhere in the any platform. Okay. And another point is Python is interpreted language. What does it mean? Interpreted means here if you write 100 lines of code, it will execute line by line. It will execute line by line. But in other languages like Java, what it will do, first it will compile the code. First compile the code, it will detect the errors, any errors are there, then it will run the code. But in Python, it is an interpreted language. It won't compile the code. It will run the line by line. Okay. Going forward, you will understand how it run once we started coding, right? At the time, we can understand what does it mean. Okay. And another point is dynamically typed language. That means while declaring any variables, right? No need to specify what type of variable it is. Okay, for example, if I declare a name, so here I'm not specifying anything, either it is a string or int something else. Simply I'm declaring the variable. Based on this value, it will understand the what type of data type it is. But if you go to the Java or C, we have to externally specify that what type of variable it is. So this is the Java syntax. Here I'm saying string name. Okay, that means the name should be string. Externally, I'm telling that it is a string. But in Python, no need to specify what type of data type it is. Simply we can declare the variable. Okay. And another point is it is having very simple syntax compared to other programming languages. Okay. So we can easily understand the syntax once we understand basics. Okay. So this is one inbuilt function print. Okay. The print, what it will do, it will display the output in the console. Whatever you will return here, whenever we run the program, it will display in the console. Okay. And it supports OOPS concepts. So most of the programming languages supports OOPS concepts, and they have limitations. But here in Python, OOPS concepts, most of the features is supported. Okay. And memory management, automatically whenever you are not using any variables, it will automatically deallocate the memory space. Okay. So these are the features we have. And yeah, most of the features are like platform independent, open source. And it will follow the indentation. Okay. It will follow indentation. So each block of code considered as indented statements. Okay. So while writing the classes, functions, looping statements, conditional statements, we have to follow the indentation. So indentation we can use as a four space, for one tab space or four spaces. Better to use a tab space. Okay. So these are the Python characteristics what we have. So first we'll start with comments. Okay. So generally comments are useful to document any code. For example, today I'm working in a XYZ company. I have written a Python code. 100 lines of code I have written. So tomorrow someone joined. How they will understand the entire code? So 100 lines of code is difficult to understand. But whenever they see any documentation or comments, they can understand easily. Okay, this function is doing something, right? No need to spend entire time to understand code. Okay, by looking at the comments, they can easily understand. Okay, and we have two types of comments: single line comments and multi-line comments. So generally, single line comments we can use hash. Okay, so it will comment the particular line. It won't. It will skip the particular line execution. Okay, multi-line comments we can use triple quotes, either single or double triple quotes. Okay, going forward, you guys can see understand all these things. Okay, now we'll write a simple program. How to write a Python file and what is the extension of Python file. How to run the Python file, we'll see. Okay, let's create a Python file. Test first. Okay. So test first is the Python file I have written. So what is the extension we are using for Python files? .py. Okay. So how we have other text files, JSON files, Excel sheets. In the similarly, Python also we have .py file. It is the extension for Python files. Okay. Let's say if I want to print a hello world, just we can write in a single line of code. Print hello world. Okay. So here print is the inbuilt function which is there while install. Once you install the Python, the print function is available. What it will do, the output whatever it is there inside the bracket as an argument, that can be displayed in the console. Okay, so console in a sense, this is the terminal. Okay, so here it will display the output. Okay, how we can run the Python file? So you know how to write the Python file. .py extension we can use. How to run the Python file? So we can use the command Python space file path. Where it is located? It is under pw auto test first. See, you can see the output. Hello world is whatever we have written, that will be executed, and the output will be displayed in the console. The print intention is to display the output in the console. If I write here, whatever I can write here, that can be displayed in console. Okay. If I run, see, hello world, welcome to MSN Python automation testing. Okay, that is the uses of print function. Okay. I hope everyone is clear how to create a Python file and how to run it from the terminal. Okay. So in Python, generally we have data types, data variables, we can call as a variables. Variables means it will hold the value. It will hold the value. Okay. Variables generally it will hold the value. Let's say here I can declare a name something. So here name is the variable name and the value will be MSN. Okay. I am storing this variable value into this variable name. Okay. So like this, we can define different types of variables. So if it is enclosed with the double quotes, single quotes, or triple quotes, this we can call as a string. Okay, string data type we can call as a string data type. So if you want to deal with numbers, what we can do? We can declare a let's say road number. Okay, something like this. So what type of data type it is? Integer. To deal with numbers, we have integer. To store any variable characters and digits, any characters, we can use strings. Okay. And we have other type of variables also, like generally in Python we have int, string, tuple, list, dictionary, and set. These are the most commonly used data types in Python. In this six, these are the immutable data types. Immutable data types. What does it mean? These are mutable data types. Okay. Immutable data types means once we define or declared, we cannot change the values. Okay. This we can call as the immutable data type. Once we defined or declared, we cannot change the values. For example, name equals to MSN. So is it possible to change? So instead of MSN, I need capital M. Does it work? No, because it is a immutable data type string. Door number also same. Okay. So let's say if I declare again, what does it mean? So both are same or different? So name might be same, but this time it is going to be located in different memory location. Okay. So that means this is new variable which is located in different location. Okay. It is not the same memory location. How you can say whether it is a different memory location or not? So there is a method called inbuilt method ID. Okay. So using ID, we can get memory location. location. We'll talk about these points later. Okay. So this is the way we can justify whether mutable or immutable. And what about mutable? Once we define, we can able to perform, add, delete, and update the values. Okay. For list dictionary set, we can perform all these actions like adding, deleting, updating the values. We can perform this. We can call as immutable data types. So in generally in point of interview, they will ask like what is a mutable and immutable data type. How we can say it is immutable? What does it mean? So at the time we can say specify. Once we define, we cannot change the values, and even the memory location will be remain same for immutable data types. Okay, and immutable data types like list dictionary set, we can perform add, delete, update the values once it is defined. Okay, like this we can justify. Clear? So here we see name, string, integer, right? How we can declare a tuple? So tuple we can declare by using parentheses. Inside this parentheses, you can use any values. Inside parentheses, you can use any values. Okay, this is the tuple. Inside parentheses, you can use any values. Either it is a string, integer, anything you can use. Okay. What about list? List we can declare inside square brackets. We can have a values, anything we can write. Not only digits, even you can have a special strings. You can have a tuple. Doesn't matter. We can have anything. This we can call as a list. Okay. So list is declared by using parentheses. So this list can be modified. We can able to add new items. We can delete the new existing items. All this can be performed with list. What about dictionary? So dictionary we can declare by using parentheses. Inside this parentheses, we should have key value pairs. So generally, dictionary will be using for data mapping. Data mapping as a key value pair. Value pair. For example, you are filling a form. Assume that you are doing the census, like population census. Okay. So they will ask list of details like name, age, date of birth, phone number, email. So it should be mapped the values along with this. Okay. How we can store this data? In that case, we can use dictionary, something like this name. Okay. Place. Like this. Okay. Here, key, this is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value. Okay. Like this, we can provide dictionary details. Okay. Here, one more important point is key should be unique. Key should be unique. And only it will allow immutable data type as a key. These points are very important, guys. Dictionary, okay. So key should be unique and it will allow immutable data type as a key. Okay. So here, what type of data type it is? Name and place. Name and place strings, right?
Yes, sir.
Here, I can use tuple also. Just I'm using for example purpose tuple something, and even I can use integer. Let's say random values, random data I'm updating. Okay, so like this we can use keys as a string int tuple only we can use. And if I declare another variable, let's say name, so this time, okay, so what will happen here, name will be there 2 times. Okay, so it will override this value and it will be there, only it will allow unique keys. Okay, so this is the dictionary we can define. And set, we have set also we can use parentheses, but inside this parentheses we can have a values. So I hope most of the people is aware about the set. So it came in our mathematics 10th class or somewhere else. Using set, what we can perform, we can perform set operations. Okay, we can perform set operations like union, intersection, all these things. Okay, okay, so these are the data types we have in Python. So let's print each one of them. Name, door number, print the tuple, print L list, print the dictionary, print S set. Okay, so what it will do, it will print all these values, whatever we declared, it will print in the console. Let's see. You can see name, door number, some tuple values, list values, dictionary. So here you can see, right, name will be Madhu instead of MSN, it will be there as a Madhu. Place Bangalore. So it is not allowing both, only it will allow one key. Okay, that means it will allow only unique keys. And this is the set. Okay, so this is the way we can declare and define the variables. And there are some inbuilt functions we have. For example, what is a function generally? Function is a block of code and it will perform specific task, whatever task we define, that it will do. Okay, so here in Python we have inbuilt functions and user defined functions. Okay, inbuilt functions. So what are the inbuilt functions we have? Okay, so print is a function, as I said, right? Print is a function. Okay, what it will do? Print, what it will do generally? It will display the string in the console. Correct? So console means this is the terminal, whatever we can say, right? This is the console. So print function, it will do display the output, whatever we have provided to the print, it will display in the console. It won't do anything, just the purpose of the print function itself, display the output in the console. Okay. Even here you can see that we use name, list, dictionaries to display the console. Okay, by using print statement we can check all these things. Okay, And there is a one more method called ID. This is very important method. What it will do? It will display. It will return memory location. Memory location. Okay. So how we can check the memory location of any variable? So generally, how we allocate the memory? Okay. Let's open a Paint. So assume that it is a private heap. It is there in Python. Okay, whenever we declare any variable, it will do private heap. It will store in the private heap. Okay. For example, I am declaring a variable name. Okay. So I have name. This is the variable name. The value it will store in a memory location. Okay, value will be stored in some memory location. Okay, here memory location, how they will decide? Okay, this it will be blocks, something like this. Okay, how we can have a racks, right? If you guys go to any shop, right? If you are depositing luggage or mobiles, they will allocate one locker for us, right? Keeping in some XYZ number digits, something like this. Okay. So whenever I declare a name, something, okay, this value will be stored in this particular location. This having some address, some digits. Okay. This is the memory location. How this will understand? So to get this my name, instead of remembering this, I will pointing to this one. And identifying memory location will be difficult, right? Instead of that, I can call this variable with my name. Whatever I have provided variable name, that I will remember, I can call. So whenever I call this name, it will go to this particular location. Okay, this name is associated with this memory location. And in this memory location, we have this value, MSN. So it will get that value. Okay. So here, one more thing I have declared. Let's say this time I'm going to declare number, some role, maybe door number. Okay. This time I'm declaring a variable number 160, something like 164. So this is the door number. What type of data type it is? What type of data type? Mutable or immutable? So it is a integer data type, mutable, immutable. Okay, immutable. So here I have declared door number 164. So again, I have declared one more time door number. This time it's my father door number. Assume that door number 1. Okay. Here also the value will be same 164 only. So here instead of storing into new memory location, this variable also it will go to the pointing to the same memory location. Why it is same memory location? So I have door number 164, door number 164. Both are same values. Why we need two different memory locations? Is it necessary to have it two different memory locations? Can we store in a single memory location? We can store. Why we can store in single memory location means these are immutable data types. Once we define, it cannot be changed. For example, this door number today is 164. Tomorrow it cannot be 163, right? It cannot be 163. That is the reason immutable data types, whenever we have same value, it will be stored in a same memory location instead of allowing more memory. So here, whenever I call this 160 door number, it will give 164. Whenever I call door number 1 also, it will point to the same memory location. So it will save the memory. Instead of creating multiple memory allocations, it will allocate only single memory space. Okay, that is the intention behind this immutable data types. Even you can justify, okay, whenever I declare multiple variables, it will point to the same memory location. Okay, let's see with examples.
Sir, I have one small doubt. So, for
Yes.
example, so door number you mentioned 163. Again, so door number 1 you mentioned 164. So the door number 163, whatever you mentioned earlier, does that exist? So in future also, so whenever we require,
Door number 1.
will that be available in this one? So door number
This one.
164. 164 you mentioned again. So for example, door number 1 is 165. Okay.
Yes.
So so it's like, in future, if you want to use the door number 164, will that available, or like
Okay.
it's how it will be?
You are saying that door number 165.
So for example, door number 2 165. Just mention door number 2.
Okay, door number 2 165.
So these all the things will be available. So based on whatever we call, so based on that it will reflect, correct? So
Yes,
if
yes,
I take,
exactly.
okay.
So if I call this variable name door number 1, it will fetch the value. If I call door number 2, it will fetch the door number 2 value.
Okay, got it.
Okay, just it is referring the name.
Okay.
So if I call your name, you will respond.
I always, yeah.
Yeah. So in the same manner, here whatever we have name, door number, these are the referring names. Okay, the corresponding value will be written. Whenever I call door number, it will return 164. Whenever I call door number 1, it will return 164. Whenever I call name, it will return MSN. So how we will give the attendance? If I call someone in name, right, they will respond.
Okay, got it, sir.
So these are the immutable data types. For example, I have immutable data types. What are the mutable data types? Let's say list. I have 1, 2, 3. So here it is going to be pointing to the memory location. This, okay. Assume that here the values are stored. One, two, three. Okay. So whenever I declare name as a L, okay, this 1, 2, 3 will be stored in this memory location. Okay. Again, if I declare L2, L, okay, assume that L. So here L also I need values 1, 2, 3. So this time, does it store in the same memory location or different memory location? Even though L and L1 have the 1, 2, 3 values are same, but it will store in a different memory location because these are like a mutable data types. I can change my mind whenever, anytime I can update these values, right? So if you store in the same memory location, it won't make sense, correct?
Yes.
So it will go and point into the different memory locations. Immutable data types, even though if we have same values, it will store in a different memory locations. Okay. Reason, those are mutable. Anytime they can be updated. Okay. So this is the way whenever we declare any variable, the memory allocation will be done. Okay. So I hope everyone is clear how this memory allocation will be done for mutable and immutable data types and what are the data types we have. Okay. So ID is one of the inbuilt function, and we have type. So what is the use of type means? It will return what type of object is it. What type of return? What type of object? Object it is. Okay, and there is some other methods, useful methods, DAR. So this function, it will return available inbuilt functions to the object. Inbuilt functions to the object. Okay, there are some other methods like help, max, min, length, sum, etc. Okay, so all these methods like max means it will return maximum value from the list or tuple. Min also it will return minimum number from the list or tuple. Length it will return length of the variables. Some of the values it will return. Okay, these are some of the inbuilt functions we have. Okay, so we'll see with ID. If I print, let's say here I will declare a variable. Print ID of A, B. Okay, so what it will print? Both will be stored in the same memory location or different memory locations. A and B.
Same one.
So both are stored in the same memory location because A and B are the immutable integer data types and having same value. So no need to declare additional memory, just it will use same memory space. You can see. So this is the memory location where it is stored, allocated. Okay. So if I declare so this time, does it have same memory location or different memory location?
Different memory
Okay.
location.
So it will store in a different memory location because these are the mutable data types. Any point of time I can change the values. Okay. You see, both are storing in a different memory locations. So tomorrow we'll talk about how these data types we can use and what are some of the methods we have. Okay. Inbuilt methods we have to perform changing, updating the values. Is it clear?
Okay.
Yes, sir.